This video is a second part video of our Campbell River trip we did a few months ago. In the last video, we explored the artificial wreck, and in this video, we're going to be drifting away in one of the craziest drift dives we've ever experienced. Many of the dive sites in Campbell River are boat access only. You have to make sure you get a captain that knows these waters and the tidal exchanges like the back of their hands. For this time, again, we went with Abyssal Diving and with Earl. During our dive briefing, Earl warned us that when he says to jump in, we have to jump in. Reason being is that the current is so strong that you have to time it perfectly. Earl is so good at timing it that there was one drift dive where we started and ended in the exact same spot. Unreal. We're at the site and it's time to descend. We all have those moments where you just need a little bit of reverse wing flap to get down. The visibility was unmatched. It was like we were diving in the tropics. Another thing that really stands out is how vibrant the life is. There were fields of sea urchins scattered across the bottom, so it's vital that you have good buoyancy when diving here. We also saw the friendly rockfishes that are pretty common in the Pacific Northwest. It's always important to look in every nook and cranny, as you'll never know what's hiding in it. I looked through a pretty small opening and actually found a giant Pacific octopus tucked inside. It's crazy how these things can fit in the smallest places. It was a little shy, but it still said hi. As much as I love these awesome creatures, nothing amazes me more than the macro life. In these waters, the macro life is abundant. Macro in scuba terms are basically really small creatures. With macro, you really have to stop and notice since they're so easy to miss. Drift dives like these require your undivided attention because you can miss things with a blink of an eye. As you can imagine, conditions like these make it challenging for photographers. As an example, when I took this photo, I didn't even have enough time to view it through the screen. This was actually a hip shot that luckily just turned out great. Just like the rockfishes, link cuts are actually also pretty common around these waters. Aside from the crazy current, Campbell River is most known for their never-ending patches of strawberry anemones. These anemones are practically found everywhere here, and it's so pretty. Speaking of macro, watching these barnacles were pretty mesmerizing. These filter-feeding animals are actually related to crabs. Barnacles are suspension feeders and feed through the feather-like appendages called cirri. The cirri extends and retracts through the barnacle opening, and the cirri actually combs the water for microorganisms for food. We almost missed this cute nudibranch as it was so well camouflaged amongst the yellow sponges. There are so many different types of nudibranchs that it kind of feels like you're playing a game of Where's Waldo every time you try to look for them. This dive trip was a special one for us because it was actually my dive buddy's birthday. There's no one I trust more than my dive buddy.
Always rinse your gear.